Hello everyone, this is Abhishek Kumar, and today I will be discussing on the topic a stochastic weather generator. This is my content page. First I will introduce about a stochastic weather generator, then what are processes, then I will discuss about the models, and then I will in the end discuss about the challenges. A stochastic weather generation is a basically probabilistic model that we use to simulate weather data at the specific location by analyzing the historical weather data such as temperature, precipitation, wind speed, like that. Moving next to the a stochastic weather generation is basically four-step process. So first, we develop a model structure. That means we develop a interrelationship between parameter that is capable of reproducing realistic weather pattern. Second step is we parameterize the model for a location or say a region using the historical weather observations. And the third step is statistically analyzing the model output to ensure that adequate representation of historical weather record is there. And finally, in the fourth step, we generate new sets of data that represent weather pattern for the location or region of our interest. Moving next. So, model for generating stochastic weather data are conventionally developed in two steps. First is model precipitation, that when we will talk about precipitation, and next is model the remaining variable of interest such as temperature, wind speed, uh, like that. So moving next. So now talking on modeling precipitation. So we will be using generative adversarial network to model the precipitation. So basically GN architecture consists of two submodels, generator and discriminator. And to in generator is used to map latent space to data space, and discriminator basically evaluates the mapping done by generator. That this architecture part I will be discussing in next slide. So next is the data. So the data I will be using for participation precipitation is here is that is taken from totally monthly precipitation data from 5 weather stations located in Bay Area in California, and I have taken it from NAOS OSSCN database site. Now, talking about the architecture, so the latent vector consists of 20 values sampled from normal distribution, and the generator and discriminator. In generator and discriminator, the hidden layer will be consist of ReLU function, and also I will be using mean absolute percentage error for the training purpose, and also ADAM version of stochastic gradient descent. Also, to prevent the overfitting, I will be using a dropout regularization technique that I have used here and also in the discriminator part. Now talking about the Python code, so here I have taken the first function is about the real sample that I will be giving it, and then I will be generating latent point, then fake that with synthetic point and generating the new point. Now talking about the this is here I have defined the GN function. So what I will be doing here is that I will be my output will consist 10,000 synthetic data sample with the 5 output feature corresponding to total monthly precipitation that I have mentioned earlier about the 5 stations that present in California. So also this implementation is done by using Keras library in Python. Now talking about the result, so here you can see that the first data is result from actual data that was given, and second is synthetic data, that means the data that is predicted by the model that I have used. So this is totally monthly precipitation of the 5 stations that is present in California. So you can see that the data predicted and the actual are almost same. That the relation I will be discussing in next result part. So here the left part is actual data and second is synthetic, that means predicted by model. So here you can see that mean and standard deviation are almost same for all the city in both the case. Now talking about the correlation between the cities, so in the below half you can see that the correlation is almost same for actual data and synthetic data, but there is only one difference you can found for the Santa Cruz station, that in the synthetic data the value is slightly higher, and rest the every part is almost same. So I can say that the model has done work perfectly, as the result are for the actual and the data generated by model is almost same. But now also we can improve these data using some technique, optimizing techniques, such as uh, optimizing the size of latent vector, increasing the number of layers, or also optimizing the cost function, training algorithm, activation function, like that. So now talking on modeling remaining variable of interest. So this means remaining variable means here is that minimum maximum temperature, solar radiation, humidity, wind speed. So but here I will be mainly talking about modeling the temperature. So the I will be using LSTM network to model the temperature, and the data that I will be using is daily ambient temperature of EAL country of Taiwan, that is being provided by Environmental Protection Administration of Taiwan. So now I will be explaining the graphical representation of LSTM here. So here the input of this is time series set of x that will go through several sigmoid functions, that is here you can see, and then also it will go through 10h function, and then after it it will get as the output. I will not go much into the deep into the LST model, but this is the simple graphical representation of LST model. Now talking on the Python code for LSTM. So here there are basically three. I am covering three LSTM. So these are single cell, select LSTM, bidirectional. So like all these three will give different result, and after comparing them I can say which one model is best. Like all these will give some kind of output, but I have to compare the result, and based on R2 square value or a loss function I will be able to predict which one is giving better result. Now now this is the this is function I am using to train the model, and here I have used to predict the model, the code I have used that will predict the value from the using this model. So this is the result that I am getting from LST model. So after seeing the result I can say that our result has given very well prediction, as you can see that true value is overlapping the predicted value here. If we have done this part for over 500 days, like temperature prediction. So and we if we, there is some, if we go into, like if we do the same for 60 days, then there are some difference between them. But if we go after few like 400 or 500, then we can say that their value are almost same. So also the r square value is about 0.99. So this is also reflecting that our predicted model was very successful. So now moving next to the challenges part. Okay, so the first challenges are inadequacy of data. That means what happens sometimes that the station that is used to collect the data are not at the proper location. That's why the data that we are getting are either not consistent or not relevant to use for the further processes. So that is the one of the biggest challenge. Next is lack of research. So sometimes what happened that we have seen that some kind of natural event happened, and we didn't have much knowledge in prior. So there is a need of research in those areas to tackle those kind of challenge related to weather, so that those things not happen in future. So those are the few parts that we are still lagging. We need to do some research. Next is lack of coordination between research institution and government. Okay, so despite of some good work done by research institution, their work are either not getting implemented on the field, or not getting up, not getting uh, worked in, like not getting in the implementation of that is considered by or not getting considered by government. See, so these are the few issues that still we need to that are still we need to tackle. These are the one of challenge that generally research institution and government find that there are lack of coordination between them. Next is okay, so also there is lack of coordination between statistician and climatologist is also one of the biggest challenge. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation here. So thank you.